Hello, this is Unlimited Splash, where we get better at Magic together through a new draft every day, and today I thought it would be cool to try some best of 3 draft. Partly for a change of pace, partly because you can get play-in points to play for the Arena Championships qualifiers, and partly because there are some cards that just don't get enough love because they're not good in best of 1 draft, but they could definitely be good in best of 3 draft. So I think it's nice for there to be some content out there of people playing this different game mode in case you ever want to give it a shot and you can see how other people approach it. All right, let's go. All right, we have a table, we have a draft pack in front of us. Life is good. Okay, so we have 2 rares in the pack. Neither of them is something I'm necessarily looking to invest in. Pack 1, pick 1. There's Zaphi and the Tempests, a 7-mana 5/7 that once during each of your turns lets you cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand without paying its mana cost. The thing about this card is when it comes down, it's liable to get killed pretty fast. It does let you play an instant or sorcery from your hand, so it's kind of, in some situations, a 2-for-1, at least taking 2 cards out of your hand efficiently. But, you know, by the point in the game when you're playing this, you probably can just afford all of your instants and sorceries anyways. Cauldron of Essence is cool. It's just going in a very, very specific deck. So if you pick this pack 1, pick 1, the probability that you get to play it in your ultimate deck is not so high. So I'm going to be between one of the commons and uncommons. There's Flow State, which I like quite a lot, but I think I'm just going to go for an impractical joke here. 3 damage for 1 mana to a creature or planeswalker is really, really good. Okay, speaking of which, here comes a planeswalker. This is a very disappointing planeswalker, though. It is... It does let you recur a 3-mana card from your graveyard to the battlefield, or surveil or make your opponent discard a card. None of those are really balmy effects. There's also a Great Hall of the Biblioplex. I do like this card quite a lot. It taps to let you afford any of your instants and sorceries, and then it also turns into a 2/4 that has some kind of mini prowess ability. The thing about that is it permanently becomes a 2/4. It's not one of these until end of turn abilities. But I think, again, I'm just going to take the really efficient removal spell. Destroy target creature with power or toughness 4 or greater. White seems to be the best color, and lore hold seems to be the best. Yes, red-white seems to be the best college. And so I really don't mind starting with a fantastic lore hold removal spell into a fantastic lore hold removal spell. So I think Great Hall of the Biblioplex would be a nice backup pick after that, but I'm very happy to start with these 2. Now, here we have several good cards across different colors. Burst Lightning is just fantastic. This is very similar to Impractical Joke, 2 damage for 1 mana, or 4 damage for 5 mana. The thing about Burst Lightning is it can also target players, so this can be a way of finishing off your opponent. For 5 mana, you can deal 4 to them, almost a Lightning Axe. That's just a fantastic effect to have in your back pocket, especially if you're a more aggressive deck. There are many other options in the pack. There's Essence Knit Scholar, which is usually, or at least very often, a 3-for-1. Pay 3 mana, get a 3/1 and a 1/1, and in any situation I can contrive where something dies this turn, I also get to draw a card back. So that's a fantastic card. But, you know, I mean, I probably have Burst Lightning above it even in a vacuum, and especially given the 2 excellent removal spells we've picked so far. And then there's a Studious First Year, which is really good. But I think I'm very happily just on the Burst Lightning here. Well, okay, I mean, that's a very good card in Lore Hold, right? I actually haven't looked at how this card has been performing as the format has evolved. I have the impression it's extremely good, though. I do know that people are putting it in Converge decks, for example, but it's just gotta be good. This is the kind of a card that just has to be good. It enters and it Lightning Helixes your opponent, deal 3, gain 3. Then when it dies, you discard any number of cards, then draw that many plus 1. Any number of cards can be 0. You could discard 0 cards, then draw 1 card. What that means in effect is that Colossus of the Blood Age replaces itself. When this guy dies, I can choose to discard 0 cards and just draw 1 card. In other words, I'm getting a card back for my Colossus dying. So that's what makes this card very good. I am taking note of Inkling Mascot in the pack. Not that much else. I mean, Shared Roots for the Converge deck, Muse Seeker maybe for like an Prismari Tempo deck, but I consider Colossus of the Blood Age actively a signal, to be quite honest, that Lore Hold is open. Having said that, we're not really seeing much Lore Hold here. So I could continue down the Lore Hold path by taking Interjection or Rearing Embermare, but neither of those is exactly a card that I'm super happy to pack 1, pick 5. Having said that, we have 3 duds of uncommons here. I'm not looking to play any of these 3 cards. They have their edge case uses, each of them, but they're not cards where I'm excited to see them in the pack 1, pick 5. Probably the best card in this pack is Imperious Ink Mage. It would be disappointing to pick the Imperious Ink Mage here because I do have 3 different red cards, but I think we really need to follow signals in this set. I think that's very, very important. So if I see a black-white card at this point in the pack, I probably should just be taking it. Technically, I could take this Transcendent Archaic. It is a good card. Run Behind is also a good card. I don't know how Living History is performing. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not the most winning Lorehold card, but I think, you know, we just got a Colossus of the Blood Age, what, 2 picks ago? We got past a Burst Lightning as well. So I think it's not too unlikely that Lorehold actually is open. And I think that combined with how that is a deck to beat right now in the format makes me want to lean towards Living History. Just a 2-drop with a little bit of upside in the best deck in the format, even if it's not the most powerful card itself, over the fine cards for other decks. And then we immediately get rewarded. Wilt in the Heat is really good and Tome Blast is really good. What do I want? Probably the ability to deal more damage, and yeah, probably the ability to deal more damage is important here. I have Wilt in the Heat over Artistic Process. So I think the ability to deal more damage is more important because I have a Burst Lightning and an Impractical Joke already. So it feels like I have my Tome Blast bases covered. Wilt in the Heat can kill something bigger than an Impractical Joke can kill, and even bigger than a Burst Lightning can kill. So yeah, I'll take the Wilt in the Heat. In a vacuum, I might like Burst Lightning more. Okay, this is kind of what I was afraid of. It's not looking like Lorehold is the most open it's ever been. I would basically never play Harsh Annotation. I think you should by and large just not take that card. Probably the best card in the pack. In fact, definitely the best card in the pack is Run Behind. So I'll take the Run Behind. I'll take the Run Behind. I am definitely trying to follow signals. The Transcendent Archaic was a bit of a switcheroo there. Yeah, well, I'll take this Run Behind. Okay, and now we're getting, okay, Flow State is an interesting one. So I could end up Prismari, right? That's very possible for me. What if I just ended up in Prismari? Because I don't really want to pivot to green now. I think I'd rather be some kind of blue-red, let's say, would go better. That blue would go better with the cards that I have already. So, okay, I'll take a Spectacle Summit. Well, this turned into a mess. We definitely got hard cut in this draft. I guess Tackle Artist. Maybe I take Titan's Grave in case I end up having Converge possibilities. I could take a Muse's Encouragement. I'm actually suspecting, here I'll take the Rearing Embermare over Hungry Graphalon, as much as I love Graphalon. I'm actually suspecting, okay, yeah, I was going to say that we're going to get some Lorehold Pack 2. I might just belligerently stay with Lorehold, to be quite honest with you, because we just got an Antiquities on the loose. I don't want to go white-blue. So all of that investment is kind of nullified. All of the investment in the white cards or the blue cards. It does seem that white was somewhat cut from the right. Actually, it seems white was entirely cut from the right and red was substantially cut as well. But I can't pair white with blue exactly. We could technically do some kind of off-color thing today. The very signals following thing to do would be to take the stock up and try to go Prismari. Antiquities on the Loose is a substantially better card in the meta than stock up. It's just a completely messed up card. Stock Up is an amazing card, but Antiquities on the Loose is on another level. So I think I am going to take it. But we're being kind of belligerent here. This is definitely some amount of belligerence. Okay, I mean, I could just take the Stone Glider, not a great card, but it is a card that we can play. I could also take Wilt in the Heat. You know, one thing that I could do is Jeskai Spells. That could be kind of cool. Antiquities on the Loose does have a double white pip, so that's a little bit rough for making your mana base work. But I think that Antiquities on the Loose could be played in 2 possible decks that I could build. Storing Stone Glider is probably just a worse card in a vacuum. So yeah, I'll take a Wilt in the Heat here. Okay, what have we got here? A Johnny's Response is a fantastic card for any deck that is playing white. And there's not even that much blue. I guess Potioner's Trove could help me make a Jeskai Spells thing work, but I don't know. Am I about to just get set up? Okay, let's see. There's a Vibrant Outburst alongside a Johnny's Response. Also, Fields of Strife is really good. So I could take the Vibrant Outburst. I'm not looking to do Jeskai Spells if I can help it. I have not had that much success with that kind of deck. I think I'll take a Johnny's Response. It's just a fantastic white card, and I just got past in a Johnny's Response. We'll see what happens pack 3. Okay, well now we get a Lorehold Charm. So I kind of feel like I'm going to try to clear the road in Lorehold, because look, almost every pick so far has been Lorehold, and it's usually been the best card in the pack. So I am a very removal heavy Lorehold deck, which suggests that something is not going perfectly. And Lorehold Charm is not the best card ever printed, but you know, this could also go in some kind of Jeskai spell situation. Okay, Proctor's Gaze, Disdainful Stroke, Ancestral Anger. One interesting thing about Ancestral Anger in the format is that it is anti-synergistic with the game plan of removing things from your graveyard, so it doesn't really go in the best red deck. And it's also anti-synergistic with the game plan of not having any creatures, so it doesn't go in the worst red deck either. I don't know, maybe I just take the Hydro Channeler. I definitely still think I could be in a Jeskai Spells situation. Okay, here's Tablet of Discovery. That would go in a Jeskai Spells deck. And we do have enough removal. Oh, wow. Speaking of enough removal, Impractical Joke at Johnny's response. Kind of feel like we're just going to be a very, very grindy Jeskai deck, and that seems fun. So I think I will take the second Impractical Joke over the third Ajani's response. I think that's probably correct. Here, can I possibly afford to play Seize the Spoils? Probably not. I probably just want a creature. I suppose I could take the Honor-Bound page. Well, this is getting rather interesting. I mean, Rearing Embermare is a win condition for such a controlling deck. Yeah, and then I can take a run behind. Yeah, I'll take the run behind. I don't really know exactly how much blue I'm going to end up playing. Probably Banishing Betrayal I'm not going to play. That's just a worse removal spell than the removal spells that I already have stacked up over here, and it's in an off color for me. So I would like to play... Basically, I have 0 pulls into blue whatsoever. I'm just in a massively, massively controlling Lorehold deck right now. Okay, I do think that Inkshape Demonstrator is really good. So I think I'm just going to snap this guy up on repartee, and I have like a million different repartee triggers. You give this thing +1/+1 lifelink. That's good on a... And, you know, 4 drops with no enters the battlefield effect or protection or ward, those tend to not perform very well because they just die before they have any real effect on the game. This one has ward, so it is not vulnerable to that particular weakness. So I'm going to snap that one up. If that weren't in the pack, I guess I would take maybe the Strife Knight, probably. Just looking for things that do things that can win games. I actually kind of... Oh, Brain Freeze. Could I possibly live that dream? Could I possibly live that dream? We've also got an Arcane Omens and a Snarl Song, so indeed Converge probably was open from the right. So I'm between... I mean, Brain Freeze is a beautiful dream. I don't think that I really can cast that many spells in a turn. I mean, I could technically cut the Rearing Embermare and just go all spells all day. I think I'll take Tome Blast. Actually, I think I'll take Diary of Dreams. And if Brain Freeze wheels, which I think there's a reasonable chance that it just does, then I'll happily grab that one. Okay, yes, Choreographed Sparks. So I could copy, let's see, I could copy a Brain Freeze. That would be pretty cool. I can copy a Colossus. Yeah, okay, I'll take the Choreographed Sparks. The fact that it lets you copy a creature spell, I think is interesting. It would take a lot of mana to copy a Colossus of the Blood Age. But this is kind of a win condition, so I like that. My deck has so much removal, I think I can be a little bit slow about things. Wow, what a pack. I'll definitely take Practice Scrollsmith. This card is an absolute house. I love Practice Scrollsmith. I have so many spells that I could be bringing back from the graveyard, so absolutely, I'll snap that up. Even Antiquities on the Loose is a card, is a spell card you can cast from your graveyard. Okay, I'll definitely take a Colossus of the Blood Age. I think I'm probably not going to even play this Living History, to be quite honest. Colossus of the Blood Age is looking good to me. I mean, Rebel Rouser is good as well, but I'm definitely playing a much more controlling version of the deck. Not really the synergistic version that Rebel Rouser is so good at enabling. And we're getting a Molten Note as well as Pursue the Past. I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to do there, but probably it's Molten Note. I guess the thing though is I've 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 removal spells already. Okay, I'll take Pursue the Past. Molten Note is wonderful, but I think with that many removal spells, Potioner's Trove is absolutely perfect. So this is a pretty sweet deck. It looks like we are about to learn if we're going to wheel that Brainstorm, or Brain Freeze, I mean. And yeah, I mean, this is just an extremely, extremely controlling red deck. Okay, Group Project is really good, but I think I would prefer the Rebel Rouser, probably. Yeah, I'm not white aggro at all, not even a little bit. I think I'll probably cut the Lorehold Charm. I think I don't really have the synergies or the board wideness that makes that work really well. Honor Bound Page is pretty bad for me as well. So I think I'll cut the Honor Bound Page and play the Strife Knight, which is technically card selection, which is kind of nice. Looks like we didn't get that Brain Freeze back, but I'll take up a Tome Blast here. I'm really happy about that one. Kind of wanted that Brain Freeze. That would have been a really fun win condition, but it was not to be. I guess I'll take the Goblin Glassright. It looks like we don't even need the blue land, so I still need to cut one more card. Could be Seize the Spoils. I'm not even looking. Yeah, it's Seize the Spoils. I'm not even looking to splash because we didn't take the Brain Freeze. But we have a lot of different win conditions, so I'm not like actually worried about that. It's just that it would have been fun. In the end, it does seem that Lorehold opened back up. I mean, we got a really late practice Scrollsmith, a late Colossus of the Blood Age, and we were definitely getting perfectly passable red cards late. I mean, Rebel Rouser is like the 4th best common in the format or something. Speak of Rebel Rouser. Okay, well, I'll take that over the Strife Knight. Strife Knight suffers from the fact that Rebel Rouser is basically just a better version of Strife Knight. So yeah, we're playing a massively controlling red-white deck. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I would feel a little bit safer if my deck were more aggressive, or if I had gotten that Brain Freeze, and that would be, you know, mainly going for fun equity. But also, I guess in best of 3, when you Brain Freeze someone first, well, the thing is, like, it's hard to even play around Brain Freeze. So actually, do I take Flow State on the splash? I don't really have what I need to make a splash happen, do I? I would have to play, like, Goblin Glassright. I don't even have... Yeah, I could make 3 blue mana, but I don't necessarily think it's worth it. Let's try this build, and then if we lose in game 1, one nice thing about best of 3 is I can always sideboard. All right, yeah, I can happily keep this because I get to go turn 2 Diary of Dreams, turn 3 Rebel Rouser, try to find a white source. And then the next turn, I may even be able to activate my Diary of Dreams, depending on if I get something in the graveyard. No, I would still be 1 mana off. Okay, never mind. All right, playing against a blue-red deck. The blue-red power. I mean blue-green. I swear I know colors. Okay, Environmental Scientist is a very good turn 2. One of the best turn 2s you can have in the format, I would say. Okay, Potioner's Trove. Now, do I actually just play that before the Rebel Rouser? They both ramp me, but Potioner's Trove fixes me, so I would say yes. I think that's probably for the best. This means, like, next turn I can Wilt in the Heat, for example. Well, it means I can play any of my removal next turn. Could even play Rebel Rouser. If I can get another land, could play Rebel Rouser, and then a Johnny's Response or Repel Calamity. Banishing Betrayal on Diary of Dreams. Wow. You don't see that every day. Okay. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and pitch Wilt in the Heat, I guess. All right. There we go. That's a Plains. And then I get to recast my Diary of Dreams. And they Surveilled to the top, right? Okay. Interesting. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can play Colossus of the Blood Age next turn. That's kind of cool. Another Landscape Painter. Oh, the value. My opponent is going off on me. This is out of control. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, they're just going to get to draw a lot, aren't they? Okay, so shoot you for 1, drain you for 3. I anticipate this Colossus of the Blood Age is not long for this world, but remember what we said? You can discard your, when your Colossus of Blood Age dies, you can discard 0 cards and it would just pay for itself, unless they can exile it. Oh, or they can bounce it. That's vaguely annoying, I guess. Okay, all right. Yeah. Now you get to attack me. They're going to be able to draw so many lands. I guess the bouncing doesn't bother me that much because the card does do something when it lands. But yes, it is annoying. It is annoying that I cannot recast it. I will give you that much. So now do I just kill? I can kill. Okay, so what I can do is I can kill their Landscape Painter and then kill their other Landscape Painter, I think, right? So I kill Landscape Painter and then 1, 2, 3, 4, kill the other Landscape Painter. That sounds really good because not just because those guys are going to kill me otherwise, but also because it denies them 4 cards, but also because it puts 2 page counters on Diary of Dreams. And I really like the idea of being able to start activating Diary of Dreams. Stock up. Wow, my opponent's deck is just pure total sweetness mode. Every card is sweet. Yeah, that's a little annoying, right? That is a little annoying. See what they get for that, though. Professor S. Okay, another landscape painter. Wow, they're just going to draw their entire deck, aren't they? Yeah, that's annoying. That's very annoying. Every single card they have draws them so many cards. Okay, I think I'm going to play this guy because they're clearly representing it, Essence Scatter. So we'll just take that Essence Scatter out of their hand, and then Colossus of the Blood Age will resolve. Although, the one weird thing about that is they do know that I have Colossus of the Blood Age. I can also activate Diary of Dreams if I want to, which is kind of nice. And I do want to, unless something more important comes up. All right, what have you got for me? Vibrant idea? Sure thing. Sure thing. At least Diary of Dreams goes toe-to-toe with their total card drawing sweetness. I always think that Landscape Painter has a broom, but of course they have a paintbrush, right? Okay, Muse Seeker. I assume there are no attacks. That would be a surprise. All right. Activate my diary. It's the last card in my graveyard. Draw card. Oh, that's a little annoying. That's a little annoying. I do think I play the land though, because I want to get closer to getting this diary activatable. But I don't really think I have attacks, because I can't fire off Repel Calamity as a surprise, making the Inkshape Demonstrator bigger. So I don't really think it's worth swinging in. Hopefully they don't have a way of exiling Colossus of the Blood Age. There's so much big stuff that it is concerning to me. There's so much big stuff in blue and green, but mainly blue actually, that it is a little bit worrisome to me that we're getting this far into the game and I'm not able to establish an advantage. I think my opponent may be playing more than 40 cards so that they don't deck out when every single card in their deck draws cards. The fact that their deck is like entirely drawing card themed means that they are worried that they're going to deck themselves, perhaps. That's my guess. All right. Well, this thing has done 18 damage or life drain over the course of the game, so that's pretty sweet. I will go ahead and play this because it'll help me cast Diary of Dreams. The only issue is I do still need to get another card in the bin. If I attack with Inkshape Demonstrator, they have some kind of annoying blocks. So let's not do that. So I do get to activate my Diary of Dreams at the end of the turn. Yeah, Colossus of the Blood Age has so far drained them, made them lose 9 life and made me gain 9 life, right? I believe that is true. That's the issue with building a very controlling red-white deck, is someone else can always have a more controlling blue-green deck. I assume, yeah, they decided they don't want to bounce the Colossus this time. That's really funny. Repel Calamity is horrible against them. I need to take Repel Calamity out of my deck for the next game. It's just horrible against them. Procrastinate on the Colossus is so bad. Let's just shoot the Colossus, get it into the graveyard, let me discard. Get a counter on the Calamity, or on the Diary, I mean. I get to discard. Basically, just cycling my stupid Repel Calamity that can never seem to actually deal damage to anything. Or actually destroy anything, I mean. Okay, so can I actually just win now? So I have Burst Lightning for 5 to face. Deal another 1 with Rebel Rouser. Or sorry, for 4 to face. Deal another 1 with Rebel Rouser. That's kind of the idea, I think. And then deal another 1 with Rebel Rouser at the end of the turn. All right, so shoot you for 1. Go to my turn. Oh, Colossus. Yeah, I like that. All right, I'll go ahead and do that. Colossus, zap you for 3. And then I can definitely not even come close to affording kicker on this guy. So I'll just Impractical Joke that thing. Have I been forgetting to activate Potioner's Trove? I don't think so, but it's very possible. No attacks, and then yeah, I'll gain 2. It's very possible I've been forgetting to activate that. So if you've been screaming at your screen, then, you know, my apologies. I don't think so, though. I don't think I've actually played that many instants and sorceries. Another landscape painter. That's so funny. Have they played 4 landscape painters against me by now? Wow. All right. Okay, they don't seem to have any creatures. Is green just like just there for the Proctor's Gazes? So much bounce and so much draw card, but no threats. Okay, that's a threat. That is a threat. All right, pass, end of turn. I will draw off of Diary. Exile something random from the bin. Zap you for 1. Draw a card. There is Spell Pierce here, so I want to keep up 2 mana to make sure that my Burst Lightning is actually going to resolve. All right, play the land first, just for that reason. Shoot you for 4. Can I do this without revealing Burst Lightning? I don't think so. I think I'm just supposed to take the win here. Zap. All right. All right, but we haven't won a match yet. That was just 1 game. Okay, how do I want to sideboard? Kind of like the idea of maybe putting in a Strife Knight instead of a Rubble Rouser, just getting a little bit faster, or maybe instead of Inkshape Demonstrator. Or no, sorry. No. I want Inkshape Demonstrator. That's not what I was thinking of. I like Rearing Embermare here. Choreograph Sparks is probably not where it's at. So maybe I actually play Honorbound Page instead of that. Would Lorehold Charm be any good? Maybe I play Living History. No, they had so many 2/2s. I think the 3 mana First Strike is a good one. Or 3 power First Striker. So I can make them sacrifice an artifact. That's not relevant. Bring a creature back or buff my board. Yeah, that doesn't help. Okay, but I think I like this. I think I like this sideboard. Oh wait, hold on. I'm at 41 cards. Oh, because I put the Rubble Rouser back in. Yeah, okay. I'll cut the Honorbound Page. All right. Diary of Dreams I thought was doing pretty good work. It was letting me kind of keep up with them in terms of number of cards drawn. But yeah, what a grindy matchup. Wow. I guess this is fine. Odds are they're gonna have landscape painters galore, so... Oh, I can do this to up to 1 target creature. Oh, damage can't be prevented this turn. It's just like an effect of that card. Interesting. So you could play this just to make damage not able to be prevented this turn. That's pretty funny. Is there anything in the set that prevents damage that makes that matter? Wow, I cannot draw land, can I? All right, that's Landscape Painter number 1 of at least 4. We saw 4 last match. I really think they're playing more than 40 cards so that they don't deck out. That's so funny. All right, can I get a land, please? I would like to kill this Muse Seeker. Thank you. That is much appreciated. Kill it right now before they get to actually activate it. Giant Growth won't do it, but there is Royal Treatment. Okay, you have Royal Treatment. Okay. Hey, I called it. Honestly, that's perfectly fine. I mean, they spend a Royal Treatment on a card that I don't really care about. I can kill it next turn if I draw land or if they attack with it, and attacking with it would be the rational thing to do, so there you go. All right, I'll go ahead and just kill that guy, I guess. I could play Practice Scrollsmith. What? I really... If only I were someone who drew the lands that I need. All right, let's go ahead and kill that. I don't really want them to play a land, play some draw spell, draw more cards. Do you have Spell Pierce? That would be really annoying. Or another Royal Treatment? That would be really funny. All right. See, we eventually get a 2-for-2 out of it. I mean, they did get to loot in the meanwhile. But I'm not down on value from that Royal Treatment. All right, this guy enters prepared. Wow, I just cannot draw a land ever in my life. All right, well, I'll go ahead and shoot that guy. Would be nice to draw a land one day. I wouldn't complain. I assume their hand is like a bunch of bounce spells. Okay, yeah, Muse's Encouragement, that makes sense. So if I can draw a land, I'm in really good shape. I can also practice Scrollsmith, and this is the issue with, oh, 2 on top, still cannot draw a land, how awesome. I'll flashback my 1 mana spell. This is a problem with Muse's Encouragement and why Impractical Joke is so good. The 1 mana just trades up, and also Practice Scrollsmith is so good. The 1 mana just trades all the way up. Stock up, wow. Yeah. Okay, well, I did pass a stock up, but I think I'm happy to have Antiquities on the loose in my deck, so still don't think that was a mistake. Tome Blast is really good against Landscape Painter, I think. Hey, that's a land. All right. Well, now they might have found an Essence Scatter. We haven't seen an Essence Scatter from them yet, though. That's important to note. They're gonna bounce something, and I assume it's the Embermare, and I don't really mind that. They already surveilled whatever this card is, so it's gonna go to the top because that's where they put it last time. Oh wait, no, sorry, they stocked up since then. Never mind. It was 2 turns ago that they surveilled, I believe, but they stocked up since then, so whatever card was the other card they put on top is long gone by now. Yeah, so Tome Blast is really good here. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and shoot that Matter Bending Mage because I have 2 deal 2 spells. Okay, another 5-drop. That's so lovely. All right, go ahead and Tome Blast this first because of Spell Pierce. Or are you going to Royal Treatment it? Then I will Burst Lightning it. I don't know. Do I care about that? Should I just let you Proctor's Gaze it? That's fine. Then you can bounce. That's fine. Like, I don't think they're playing another color because we've seen them Proctor's Gaze so many times. I don't think I care about that. Because now I can play Practice Scrollsmith. And I can allow myself to recast Impractical Joke. Which means that they don't get to play that card. Yeah. Yeah, so they don't get to play their Matter Bending Mage now. And they knew that I had the Practice Scrollsmith, so I'm not sure what to make of this. I wonder if they're playing like big creatures, or is Muse's Encouragement their only way of winning? I definitely would. I don't know, they might just not be drawing their threats, but I definitely would recommend having more threats in a deck that is like so dense with draw spells. The question is like, what are you drawing for? What exactly are you aiming to draw, you know? All right, so I'll go ahead and do this first. So yeah, indeed, if someone was saying this on my live stream the other day, if the Practice Scrollsmith dies or leaves the battlefield as it did here, you still get to play the spell that you set aside with the Scrollsmith. So that's pretty cool. Rearing Embermare once again showing that it can win games. Okay, there we go. That's kind of the sort of thing I was talking about, like just a really big threat. All right, and now we are hitting our lands, which I'm pretty happy about because I have more than enough to do with lands. So I can allow myself to recast Wilt in the Heat if I can get any damage on the Fractal Mascot. Okay, Banishing Betrayal. That's fine. I don't mind when we get into this dance where I get to keep recasting Colossus of the Blood Age. Oh, they Surveil to the top. That means that whatever they have on top is liable to get them out of this situation. However, I'm not even going to play the Scrollsmith right now. Technically, maybe I should be scared of whatever they just put on top of their deck. But I think Fractal Mascot is like about as good as it's going to get. So let's go ahead and shoot that guy. I will actually play the land, even though I could discard that to Colossus eventually. I still think my deck is really wanting mana. Like now I can Burst Lightning and flashback a Tome Blast. Environmental Scientist. Why did that go to the top? Interesting. All right. I also love fetching lands though, so I can understand. Okay, so what we will do here is we will just Tome Blast that guy, and we can win with our face-up material. So, in with the team. All right, good game, Professor S. Oh, next. Good game. But that is our best of 3 match, and we are the victor. I love Boros control. Just a little bit of card draw or a little bit of card selection combined with tons of removal, and then just a few creatures to make things happen. I love Boros control. All right, I love this hand. It's almost like I'm a normal Lorehold deck. Pursue the Past into Rebel Rouser. Yeah, that's like what this deck is usually trying to do. All right, let's go. Plains versus Plains. Melancholic Poet. Okay. I am dirtling around with all these Rearing Embermares. I think I do pitch the land, even though I'm going to want lands. Yeah, odds are I'm just going to draw more lands, so. Yeah, I think once you play with Pursue the Past, you can understand why it's so good. Silverquill Charm. Put some counters on that thing and attack me. Yeah, okay. I mean, I do have a lot of removal in my deck. So I'll go ahead and play this. Play the Rebel Rouser. Rearing Embermare is actually going to be pretty good against that guy. Do I pitch the other Rouser? Probably. I'd rather just have lands, I think. And both Embermares seem good. Ooh, Antiquities, but I do need another white to make that happen. All right, I'll take it. My opponent is completely stuck on 2 lands, it seems. All right, so I'll go ahead and play a Rearing Embermare, and we can just block their Melancholic Poet with that. It does seem they have an Ajani's Response, perhaps, because they suddenly took over priority the moment that I tapped my guy. So I'm definitely not going to tap the Rearing Embermare, partly for that reason. Now, next turn, I can play a Colossus of the Blood Age, so even if they do manage to kill my Embermare, okay, they're just going to Ajani's Response Rebel Rouser. So we called it. We called it. If you do want to learn how to call what's in your opponent's hand like that, subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Okay, they have some combat trick. That's fine. I have another Rearing Embermare. I like to think I'm pretty good at that. I'm pretty good at sussing out what might be in my opponent's hand. That's the issue with that card, Rabid Attack, right? They just invested so much in that guy, and then look. I think I actually do just play this and then flash it back. Even though it's less mana efficient, it means I can flash it back next turn. And I'm going to have 4 3/3s. That's way better than having a Colossus of the Blood Age into Antiquities, right? Yeah, I do think I'm pretty good at guessing what might be in my opponent's hand. So I think that's a skill I can showcase here on this draft channel. All right, in for 6. Now they can definitely target something and get in for Snooping Page damage. That could very well happen. So if I do win this game and another game in this match, and then win the next match, then I get 2 play-in points. If you assemble 20 play-in points, you get a free entry to Arena Championships Qualifier Weekend. If you win in the weekend, you get the Arena Championships Qualifier entry. And then if you win the qualifier, then you get to play in the Arena Championships. So this is technically the first rung on my ladder, on the ladder of my journey to the Arena Championships. I do actually already have a free entry to a qualifier weekend. Last time I played in a qualifier weekend, I nearly won. I actually went, you needed like to win 4 matches with 0 losses. I went 3-0 and then I lost the last one. I lost on the qualifier basically. Here, I think I probably just attack you with everything. You can block with your Snooping Page, take 9, and then I'm going to play Colossus into Colossus, which is lethal. Is that right? Well, I'm sure it's what I do, no matter what. I'm not going to be too precious with these spirits. Yep, so now Colossus into Colossus is going to be lethal. And this ought to keep me alive, I'd say. They have 1 turn to kill me. I mean, even if I didn't have the other Colossus, I'm sure I would be able to sneak through 3 damage here. If they have a kill spell, the +2/+2 trick, I don't even know what the kill spell would have to be. It would have to be 2 black for them to go dig site inventory +2/+2 and first strike and kill my guy. And then, oh yeah, they could make me, okay, that's how you do it. You can assemble a 2-card combination that does it here. The thing that makes me sacrifice, the edict that makes me sacrifice my most expensive card into +2/+2 trick plus dig site inventory. That would have killed me. Wait, no, I'm at 11 HP. Never mind. I thought I was at 9. Okay. So they could not have killed me there. Now, do I reveal this card? Is there a way to get the win here without revealing this card? I might just play another Rearing Embermare and attack with everything. Then they 1, 2, 3, 4. They don't have enough blockers. I kind of want to not show them the second Colossus, right? In best of 3, you have to think about these things. So they have 4 blockers. I'd rather show them a second Embermare than a second Colossus, probably, right? Block, 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 and take 3. Yeah. I don't think I just threw it all away, but maybe I did. I don't think so. Right? Nothing has lifelink or anything. Yeah. Should just be a lethal attack. All right. So my opponent did get stuck on 2 lands, though. So that was probably easier than game 2 will be. I kind of feel some pressure to go faster here. Maybe I cut a Rearing Embermare for a charging Strife Knight. They are pretty similar role players, I guess. Yeah, and I just showed them an Embermare, so now they're more likely to play around Embermare, and instead I'll have a Strife Knight. Maybe I cut the other Embermare. I kind of like that idea. I just showed them Embermare. I think maybe Interjection, that's probably not good, because they could have so many removal spells to deal with my combat tricks. So what if I just go for Honorbound Page instead of Embermare? Because they're more likely to play around the Embermare. Yeah, I kind of like that idea. Because The reason I think that makes sense is like they're both ways of killing someone out of nowhere. The Ember Mirror just deals 4 out of nowhere. The Honor Bound Page, you can play it and enter it's prepared, and you hop your Colossus or something and deal 7 out of nowhere. Okay, I like this hand. This is kind of what my deck wants to do. They are a very fast deck, so such a slow hand is a bit of an issue, but my deck is slow. What can I say? All right, joined researchers. Sure, it's pretty much just a 2/2 first strike, in my opinion. I do wish that this were a Potioner's Trove, but... Okay, so you're prepared? Yeah, all right. They don't have the second white to do it. I don't even think I really care if they do it. Someone did do that to me at the regional championship qualifier I played in last weekend. Okay. Well, I don't have anything to do, unfortunately. Yeah, that's a bit of an issue. I probably should have mulliganed this hand. It's probably too slow. I'm more reluctant to mulligan in best of 3 than I am in best of 1 because the hand smoother, I think, really matters. But yeah, now if they can just target anything... Well, my hand kind of goes off next turn, at least. Okay, they didn't target anything before combat. They might just build their board, though. My dream scenario is that they pump the Banemaker. Oh, heck yeah. They're always having mana problems. They must be on 16 lands because they're aggro, but they keep getting mana screwed. So I could go Tablet of Discovery, tap to add 2, and play a Wilt in the Heat. No, I can't play Wilt in the Heat. Tablet of Discovery requires me to actually remove the card from the bin in order to make Wilt in the Heat castable. So I could go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't really have that option. I'll play Tablet later on. Maybe I play Inkshape Demonstrator right now because it can give me lifelink, which is really important. And also it has ward, so it's not like it's likely to just fall to a removal spell. Again, that the edict that makes me sacrifice my most expensive creature, exile my most expensive creature, that would do some damage here. I might just chance Tablet of Discovery next turn. It does tap for 2, which means I can... Wow, they have it. Wow. The exact card that I wasn't playing around because they did not have it when it mattered last game. You know, you don't always see all of your opponent's important cards, but it is pretty funny that I thought about exactly the card that they had as literally the card that would punish me. Okay, so I can go... Okay, this is kind of cool. Watch this. So I'm going to tap to add 2. I'll play a Tome Blast. I'll Tome Blast the Joined Researchers. Actually, I'll Tome Blast the Lecturing Scorn Mage. Put a Diary counter. Wilt in the Heat on Joined Researchers. Put a Diary counter. This is kind of cool, right? And hey, you know what? At least End the Hunt didn't hit my Colossus. That's kind of good, right? Yeah, so Tablet was really nice for me there. I'm glad everything lined up like that. Tome Blast was a fantastic flip off of the Tablet. Because now next turn I could even Tome Blast if I wanted to. Okay, so you can smack me for 4 perhaps? I wonder if that's what's going to happen here. All right. I'll definitely block that with Colossus next turn, no question. Okay, go ahead and play a land, play a Colossus. Yeah, I don't really think there's any other thing I want to do here. I'll block in an absolute heartbeat. If they kill my Colossus, I'm probably in trouble. Then I think I'll just discard both cards that I have. I really want like a Johnny's Response or something. Okay, at least it gets discarded, not exiled, right? Okay, they do that in response. Just in case I was, you know, wanting more info for my decision. Okay, a Johnny's Response, very good. I could have had 1 white untapped if I'd tapped the Tablet of Discovery. Okay, go ahead and play this. And then, yeah. All right, sure. They don't have Royal Treatment, unlike my last opponent, so let's let them tap to their Banemaker. I'll go to blockers. We're gonna buff. Are we gonna buff again? No, okay. Rats. Well, I'll shoot it now. Resolve this. Oh, you have the thing that lets you draw cards. Sure, that's fine. One thing that I could do is, yeah, actually, let's just go ahead and do that. They seem to not have that much going on. So let's go ahead and do this, because also I get another counter on my Diary. So it denies them a card. It gives me another counter on my Diary. I think that's pretty good. This means I'm basically going to get to draw a card every single turn from now on. Hey, practice Scrollsmith. I don't hate that. Let's go ahead and draw from the diary first. Potioner's Trove, that's a nice one. Now, is there any instant or sorcery that I would want to play immediately? Not really. I wish I could play this, exile Choreograph Sparks, and then copy my guy with Choreograph Sparks. That would be really cool. But that's not how it works. Yeah, I think I actually don't play anything yet. It's kind of awkward because, well, I don't think they're going to have anything with haste, right? So let's let them make some kind of a threat here. I really want to see what they have. They don't seem to have anything right now, but I want to see what they get. It's funny because they're clearly an aggro deck. Oh, Stargaze. Yeah, that's kind of nice. You'll get 4 cards and you put 2 of them into your hand, lose 2. Okay, that's fine. Go for it. All right. I'll go ahead and draw a card. Yeah, Colossus. Let's go. Pop down a Colossus. I think I'll actually just keep the cards in my hand now because Colossus could die. I could have played the Scrollsmith, but again, I don't really want to. Technically, it would mean that I'm representing a lethal threat, but either they're going to kill my Colossus, in which case I'm no longer representing a lethal threat, or I'm feeling pretty comfortable. Oh, you have return 2 creatures from your graveyard to your hand. That's what I believe. Oh, maybe they have return to the ranks. That would be awesome. The card I built around yesterday. Restoration Seminar. That's perfectly fine. So, Restoration Seminar. So I'm going to go play this guy. How many times, or how much do you get to do? So I'll probably take the, I guess, a Johnny's Response. Or actually, let's do Wilt in the Heat on that guy. Partly because, so this is return a non-land permanent from your graveyard to the battlefield. This exiles that guy, and you have 1 more permanent left after that. So I think that sounds pretty good. So I'll shoot that guy, get rid of it, put a counter, activate Diary. So I'm 1 off of lethal at this point. Oh, hi, Burst Lightning. So I can go, yeah, no, because I can't, oh, I can Burst Lightning and also Tome Blast. I love Boros aggro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Tome Blast to the face, and then I'm going to shoot you with a Burst Lightning. This is pretty awesome. I like my deck. I like my deck. Okay, if we can win the next match, then we get 2 playing points. Very nice. All right, so 1,000 gems back. If I win another draft, there's 1,500 gems on the line in this one match, as well as 2 play-in points. Let's go. Can we do it? Okay, there's no way that I can keep this, right? It's just not an option. This is a much better hand. I think I will put back a red specifically. And yeah, awesome. This is a good curve out, right? I get to go turn 2 Diary of Dreams, turn 3 Rubble Rouser. Maybe I pitch the Tome Blast for value. Then I can activate Wilt in the Heat for cheap. I'll go Diary first. Okay, this actually got a little awkward. Now I actually want that red. But Rubble Rouser will supply the second red, so... Oh, Impractical Joke on Imperious Ink Mage. This is when you appreciate just how good Impractical Joke is. If I draw a red, then I get to Tome Blast Impractical Joke. But yeah, this definitely turned out a little awkward. I'll take some damage here. I'm gonna go ahead and play the Rubble Rouser, but I'm not gonna pitch anything. I just want the ability to produce another red if need be. Also technically a blocker. This does let them play a creature and flashback Group Project, which is a little annoying, but at least then I'm not taking damage off of this. Render Speechless, that's really annoying. That is definitely really annoying. Yeah, I'm not even sure what you take. Maybe Wilt in the Heat, to be quite honest. Actually, if I'm you, I'm probably just taking Impractical Joke. I have such a funny decision here. Oh yeah, no, right, I get it. Well, actually no, because you take Repel Calamity, so I can't hit your Imperious Ink Mage, but then I can Wilt in the Heat your Imperious Ink Mage, so I'm not even sure. Okay, so I'm going to maybe actually shoot that with a Tome Blast. Yeah, no, well, okay, yeah, I'm okay removing Repel Calamity from the graveyard. So I'll go ahead and shoot that guy. Then I will tap this, remove Repel Calamity from the graveyard, and then use the white mana that I have to exile your Imperious Ink Mage, get another counter on my Diary of Dreams. Life feels pretty good. Then I can go Impractical Joke something and Scrollsmith, letting myself play an Impractical Joke again. Seems like a good option. Or I can just Impractical Joke something and draw off of Diary of Dreams. Or I can literally just draw off of Diary of Dreams. That's another option. Many options. I have a lot of options here. Interesting. And they know that I have Impractical Joke, so they're baiting me to do this. But what they don't know is that I have a practice Scrollsmith. All right, damage can't be prevented this turn, and don't you forget it. I'll go with no attacks end. Let them play something without knowing that I can bring back my Impractical Joke. Whatever they were trying to protect by playing this guy into Impractical Joke, could be that. Could be that. I was kind of expecting a rare, like the 1/3 flyer with lifelink that lets you sign in blood or something like this. Now, do I exile a card from the graveyard? Kind of feel like, yeah. I think it's worth... No, because I could actually want to Wilt in the Heat later. So I think that option is worth more than the 1 damage that Rebel Rouser gives me by removing something from the bin. Okay, I think I do go for the Potioner's Trove. Do I? Because I can also Pursue the Past. Pitching Potioner's Trove? That feels awkward. Okay, let's go for the Scrollsmith line. So here's how I'm going to do it. 1, 2, 3 for the Scrollsmith. Bring back Impractical Joke. Impractical Joke the Eager Glyph Mage. Put a counter on the Diary. Activate the Diary in case I get a land. This time I'll probably exile the Impractical Joke. Shoot them. Actually, I don't have another Scrollsmith in my deck, so it doesn't matter. Now, do I play the land or do I hold it for Potioner's Trove? Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe I wasn't even supposed to draw this turn. Kind of like the idea of holding it for... Or sorry, hold it for Pursue the Past. I kind of like the idea of holding it, actually. I think I will hold it. Because even if I draw another land, I still get to play a land next turn. Kind of like the idea of holding it. Who knows? Hopefully with Diary of Dreams now. Oh, that's so funny. You're going to take my Potioner's Trove, I assume. That's really funny. Yeah, well, they are going to start dealing damage to me, right? But I do have a lot of removal in my deck. All right, I'll Pursue the Past here. I guess maybe I could have drawn first. Probably red mana are more valuable. Whoa. Okay, that's a lot of lands. Okay, Wilt in the Heat. Go ahead and play this. Attack with the practice Scrollsmith, and then probably I do just Wilt that 3/3 right now. Probably. I think that's probably for the best. Because I can always like Pursue, Tome Blast, etc. I'm just drawing so many cards at this point. I think that's probably for the best. So zap you for 1, exile your 1/1. I kind of like the idea of just clearing the board. I don't know what they have. They could have... Well, there isn't really a +3/+3, so maybe I was supposed to do that during their turn. But that's okay. I think this is fine. Okay. Killian's Confidence in the bin. Wow, that's nice value for my friend over there. My friendly opponent over there. All right, go ahead and discard this and draw 2. Kind of going off, right? That's kind of nice. So you can't like exile anything, right? There's no like instant speed exiling to do here, so I can attack with this. In for 3. All right. Play a land and play another Rebel Rouser. Zap you for 1. Get rid of this land. Pitch a land and draw a card. My deck's pretty awesome. I like it a lot. Don't know if I'm going to win here, but I like it a lot. Oh, yes. The dream. I get to choreograph Sparks my Colossus of Blood Age. That is the dream. Deal 2 from the Rebel Rousers, 3 from Colossus, and 3 from Colossus again. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, now I'm feeling good. Now I'm feeling like I'm in a pretty good spot. I'm liking choreographed Sparks in this deck. I think it's kind of sweet. Okay, you bring back a 2/2. So I can just go for the 1-turn kill here, right? Can I actually just deterministically do it? So I can go 4, 1, 2. Yeah. I can actually just do it, right? So I shoot this guy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2. Yeah. I don't know if I need to go into full control or what, but basically I shoot that guy right now. Here's how it works. I shoot that guy right now, so they don't even get to chump block if they want to. I don't think they would have, but this just makes it a definite kill. Put this thing on the stack. With it on the stack, I'm going to copy a creature spell, remove, and remove another one. You know, the thing does get haste. So maybe I actually was supposed to do this. I didn't like need to spend the impractical joke, and maybe I could have done this before combat and still won. Yeah, I didn't need impractical joke for this to work either. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I like that kill. That was pretty awesome. All right. So again, I might want to just go one step faster, take the Strife Knight and the Honor Bound page over the 2 Ember Mares for at least for right now. Feel like I'm up against a pretty speedy deck. If I can just get one more win, I actually do get 2 playing points, which is not nothing. From placing Mythic top whatever, top 250 or something in some recent season, I got 20 playing points, so that does give me 1 free buy-in. But I'm always happy to have more free buy-ins. I have like 20 some odd playing points right now, like 26 or something. So I need to win like 7 more drafts, 6 after this. Okay, I'm actually just gonna Burst Lightning that guy right now. I feel like just getting rid of the creature is a good idea. Burst Lightning obviously has many uses, but okay, I'll do this and I'll just pitch a generic land, draw 2. Yeah, don't hate that. Now I can Impractical Joke if they play whatever. Oh, they may be mana screwed. That's more luck than I deserve. It always gets me that you can play this with 0 targets. Okay, go ahead and drop the Demonstrator. Just put something on the board rather than pursuing the past and doing nothing. Okay, they hit a land. Imperious Ink Mage, again, Impractical Joke is just so nasty. It is just so nasty. So I could pursue the past, pitching the land, hope to draw another mountain, and then play Impractical Joke, but okay, I'm actually going to do it differently now. I'm going to pursue the past, pitching Tome Blast, so I don't even have to hope to draw a mountain. Play the land, play Impractical Joke. This just gives me extra value this turn. +1 and lifelink, trading 1 mana up for 3. Now you see why I pack 1, pick 1 to Impractical Joke. You spend 1 mana and you kill the thing that your opponent spent their entire turn 3 on. And I can do a whole other 4 mana thing, you know, during my turn at the same time. Rendering me speechless, okay. If I were you, I would take the Colossus of Blood Age, I think. I have 3 removal spells, so you can't get rid of my removal suite. And I'm very likely to just hit another land pretty soon. So yeah, I would definitely just take Colossus. Honor Bound page, interesting. I guess they figure better the thing that I can play than the thing that I can't play. All right, in for 6, end the turn. I love every elephant in Magic. All right, what have you got for me? What have you got for me? This art is also really cool. Always struck me as really cool. Render Speechless. This player loves Render Speechless. It's a good card, but it's not so good when you don't have creatures to put the counters on. Okay, so now I understand why they did it like that. Targets a creature. Yeah, I don't really have that. Okay. They did it like that because they were able to Render Speechless my Colossus before it came down anyways. So I can shoot them for 2. I should actually have played the Planeslayer. Like, who cares if they have pest, send in the pests? Doesn't really matter to me. So my face-up material is enough to kill them next turn, even if they have 1 removal spell. We'll see what they make of that. Okay, all right. See him with both. Is it lethal? Are you going to get there? Wander Off. Okay, GG. This is also why I'm kind of down on Wander Off, by the way. You just like... It doesn't really help you when you're substantially behind. They had to spend their entire turn 4 to rip that off. That's why like Last Gasp is so much better. So I think we just did a clean 6-0, right? I don't think that we dropped a game. Right? That's our 6-0. We get our 2 playing points. I'll go ahead and claim that. And places us with 28 playing points for the next season. So there you go. Boros Control. Until tomorrow, have tons of fun playing Magic, and don't be afraid to splash.